Good evening and welcome to another edition of Gables Tutoring Online. I always remind you to please text your questions to the number that appears on the screen so I can explain them to you. Um, so for now, let's begin the lesson going over two or three questions. Question number 10, we've done these types of questions before where you have points on a scatter plot, and the question is to determine which of the lines given in these four choices here could be the regression line for those points. When they say linear model, they mean the line of regression. Sometimes we call it the line of best fit. Sometimes it's called the prediction line. And if I draw a line, an approximate line here through these points, right, I realize that the slope of that line is negative. Well, if the slope of the line is negative, that means that is not possible, and that is not possible because those lines have positive slopes. Another thing that I notice is that the y-intercept is around 10. So of the two choices that remain, this y-intercept is about 10. So that's the answer. And that's how we do these types of questions. We've done a few like this during the past week or so. Number 12, a similar type of equation, but in this case, they give you the exact line and we have to figure which of the choices corresponds to that graph. We're going to do something similar. Well, number one, the line that we see has a negative slope. That has a negative slope. So immediately I eliminate this choice and this choice because they have positive slopes. The y-intercept of the line is, it looks like -8. Well, if it's -8, it really doesn't help me because they both have the slope of -8. And in this case, I'm going to have to find the actual slope. Well, I see that the x-intercept is also 8. So the point for the coordinates for the x-intercept would be -8, 0. And the coordinate for the y-intercept would be 0, -8. And if I find the slope, then I would say y minus y, right, using this y minus this y divided by x minus x. So x, oops, sorry, I don't want to use that color. X minus x. So I get -8 over 8, which is -1. And of the two remaining lines, this one has a slope of -1, so that's the correct choice. Let's continue. Number 14. Number 14 is a system of equations. And we can solve that very easily by, say, the elimination method. And to do that, I multiply the second equation by -1, and then I'm going to add that. So 24 minus 6 is 18x. Y minus y is 0. Then 48 minus 72 is negative 24. And then x would be negative 24 over 18, which is negative 4 over 3. But they don't want the value of x, they want the value of y. So I go back to any of the two original equations, say the second one, and I plug in the value of x. Simplify, and that gives me negative 8 plus y equals 72, which means that y is 80, and I'm done. Now, this you could also do in a much faster way if we use the application that will be available to you when you take the test, which is the graphing calculator provided. So I'm going to simply input the system in here. And then I'm going to find where these two lines meet. And look where they meet. Oh, wait, hold on. They don't meet there, they meet here. They meet at the point negative 1.3333, which is my negative 4 over 3, comma 80. And that's it. And you can do that very, very, very fast with Desmos. So those are our three questions of the day. If you have any questions, please, again, text your questions to that number and I will happily address them tomorrow. For now, you'll have a good night. Bye-bye.